Good morning. Today we are discussing about rheumatoid arthritis, the pathophysiology of rheumatoid arthritis. Rheumatoid arthritis, as word composed of rheumatoid and arthritis. Rheumatoid is the word of rheumatism, and arthra is joints, it is inflammation, so inflammation of the joint. Rheumatism is musculoskeletal diseases. There are many type of musculoskeletal diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, gouty arthritis, like crystal type of arthritis, all are present. So, among the rheumatism, in that rheumatoid arthritis comes. Rheumatoid arthritis comes a Greek word rheumatismos. So there it means evil humor present in the brain and comes to the joints and produce the pain. That is rheumatismos. From the word rheumatismos, rheumatism comes. From the rheumatoid arthritis comes. Prevalence of the disease is mostly prevalent is about 1 to 2 percentage of the total population. In the sexual ratio, in the gender ratio, more predominantly male and female ratio. Females are more predominantly rheumatoid arthritis are seen. Onset of age is 30 to 50. You see the 31 in the 30 young age people, females are mostly suffered with the rheumatoid arthritis. Already we told it is affecting the joints, that is two synovial joints. Here we are discussing about joints. What are the types of joints? Joint can be classified into two types based on the function and the based on the structure. So first moving to the based on the function, they are synarthrosis type of joint. Synarthrosis type of joint means synarthrosis. It is immovable joints. Next one is amphiarthrosis. Amphi means amphibious. Likewise, it is like both is immovable and movable. In between that, amphibians, like it will lives in the water and the land. Likewise, amphi in both type, it is slightly movable. It movable but slightly only movable. That type of joints are amphiarthrosis. Moving to another one, diarthrosis. Diarthrosis means it is opposite to synarthrosis. Synarthrosis immovable. Diarthrosis means it is freely movable. It is movable freely like synovial joints and all comes under diarthrosis. Moving to the type of joint, it based on structure. Structures. What are structures? There are fibrous joint, cartilaginous joint, and synovial joint. Fibrous, cartilaginous, and synovial joint. Moving to the fibrous. Fibrous joint are connected. The joints means connection of the bone. So they are connected each other with a fibrous material. What is fibrous material? It is a dense connective tissue. Some of the dense means is having collagen fiber, hyaline fiber, like fibers are there. So that fibers will join together the bonds, that is fibrous bond. Some examples of the fibrous joints are sutures of the skull. Having cranial bones are the cranial bones are uh, to will be together by a fibrous material, that is known as fibrous joint. Next we having synadosmosis. Synadosmosis it between ulna. It is a thin layer of material with joined each other, that is a thin layer of fibers will join two bonds together. It will be seen in like in ulna, between ulna and radius, in between the tibia and fibula, both join. We having this type of fibrous joint are there. Here it gives an it will not movable type, it will not be movable. If once it move, when there will be fracture of the this fibrous sheath, like synadosmosis fracture, synadosmosis itis will be there, or inflammation is there. In that condition it is a pathology condition, only movable, otherwise it is immovable joints. Next we have in gympophosis. It means it mainly present in the gum and the root of the canal, teeth canal, tooth canal, root and gum. In between that zonas, gympophosis joint. These are the main type of fibrous joint present in our body. Moving to another type of joint is cartilaginous joint. What are the cartilaginous joint? There are two type of joints. Symphysis is nothing but fibrocartilaginous joint. Best example is IVD. IVD means intravertebral discs. Their discs are attached each other like fibrous and a capsule. There will be fibrous particles will be high, cartilages will be there, and cartilaginous part will be there. Both are combined together and form a fibrocartilaginous disc. Another example for the cartilaginous joint is synechondrosis. That is mainly seen in the rib and the manubrium. That is a forming type of the joint. Or emphyseal joints in the prepubertal age, it covered with hyaline cartilage, and afterwards the pure joint will be there, like that in between the rib and the manubrium sternum. So that also comes under cartilaginous joint. So these are the second type of joint. This type of joints are not freely movable, but it is slightly movable joints. So that is comes under amphiarthrosis type of joints. So we are looking at the fibrous joint, mainly sutures are looking here. Then the cartilaginous joint, here we are having symphysis. There will be IVD, intravertebral disc are joined here. Then we having synovial joints. These are the main type of joint. Moving to the synovial joints, because our rheumatoid arthritis is mainly occurring in the synovial joints. What are the synovial joints mainly present? They are gliding joint. What is gliding joint? Look at the picture. We having one structure and another structure. Two structures are glide each other. Say for example, two stones are there. Two stones are gliding each other. That type of joint, it is synovial joints are gliding joints. Best we can say in examples are in the wrist joint. In the wrist joint, it is movable easily in the four direction. That will be movable. This type of joints are synovial joints are gliding joints. Next we are going to hinge joint. Hinge joint, it is a joint, there will be mainly present flexion and extension motion only. You see in the hinge, next example is elbow joint and the knee joint. Here there will be mostly flexion and extension. Pronation and supination are there for the elbow, but it may be due to the radius and the ulna joint. In between that joint gives an type of pronation and supination, but the main joint, the between the humerus and the forearm is hinge joint. There will be flexion and extension. Two type of motions are will be there. There will be hinging between two bodies are hinge joint. Next we want to go to the pivot joint. Pivot joint, where will be one rotatory movements in one fixed position. Like example is Atlando joint, C1 and C2. In between that, there will be rotatory movements. We will be rotate each other in a fixed position. That type of joints are pivot joints. So three types of joints are comes now here. Moving to the condyloid type of joint, mainly it's seen in the phalangeal joints. Condyloid means it moves in 3-4 directions each other. That type of joints are condyloid joint. Then saddle joint. Saddle joint present in the first interphalangeal, that is thumb region only. There will be one more position along bow to that condyloid joint. One more position, pronation and supination can be possible in saddle type of joint. Next joint is ball and socket joint. Ball and socket joint is like very freely movable. We can move flexion, extension, pronation, rotation, internal rotation, external rotation, like movements are possible. Next example for the ball and socket joint is our shoulder joint and the hip joint. Moving to one synovial joint, especially the rheumatoid arthritis are seen in the synovial joints. Here comes one bone. One bone is there. Bone is also known as periosteum, where there will be osteoclast, osteoblast, and other connective tissues are there in the bone. Moving to the cartilageous part. So that is articular cartilage. Can see an articular cartilage, both green blue color, that is articular cartilage. So that is covered by the bone or periosteum. What is there in the articular cartilage? Look at that, what is there in articular cartilage. That is chondrocytes, that are key component of a articular cartilage. Consist of chondrocyte and a dense, highly organized extracellular matrix, and synthesized by these chondrocyte. Also it contains type 2 collagen and glycosaminoglycan GAG also present in the articular cartilage. Why I am saying this one? Because when having destruction in this chondrocyted articular cartilage, where there will be protease are there, then there will be destruction of this blue color and the green color extracellular matrix, and also in type 2 collagen. So these are the main pathogenesis occurring in chondrocytic articular cartilage. Let's look in the part of pathology. Next, what is there in the synovial joint is fibrous joint capsule. Fibrous joint capsule are fibrous, that is fibrous one that covered with the fibro cartilaginous type of material covered to a joint. So that is making the synovial joint inside. There will not say inside the synovial fluid, everything inside the joint. That is mainly the function of the fibrous joint capsule. Moving to the synovial membrane, so you can see the blue color. I am taken from a fibrous joint, synovial joint, a synovial membrane. Here there will be blue colored synovial membrane. Look at one synovial cell. Synovial membranes are consist of synovial cells. Here in the blue colored synovial cell, what is the function of the synovial cell? You can see some synovial fluid are secreted from the synovial cells. So, and also this synovial cells steady state, it also this secretion of this synovial fluid. What is a synovial fluid? Is a hyaluronic acid and a lubricin. So these are the synovial fluid mainly that secreted from the synovial site in the synovial membrane and to the main joint. What is the function? It's a cushion type of function to the joint. So it will be lubricin will be lubricant to the joint. Hyaluronic acid will be giving a function of cushion like structure to a stability for the joint, and it also function for waste disposal. You can see brown color waste are there or dermis are there, that from the joint proper, this synovial site will take the dermis or waste material to the lymphatic system outside the joint capsule, and also it gives the nutrient as a form of a synovial fluid along with the lubricin and the hyaluronic acid. Look at this synovial cell. A steady state it process of waste material takes away the waste, and it also gives the synovial fluid. Let's recollect one synovial joint. Okay, here we are having bone or periosteum. Both bones are the yellow colored bone. Next we are having fibrous joint capsule, red colored fibrous joint capsule. It is function to make the all joint things proper way inside the joint capsule. Next we are having synovial membrane. This synovial membrane consists of synoviocyte or synovia cells which secrete synovial fluid and takes away the dermis or waste material from the synovial proper. Next we are having synovial fluid which secreted from the synovial membrane. Next we are having articular cartilage, a blue colored articular cartilage. It gives a effect for the normal joint between the bone and the synovial membrane. Moving to the rheumatoid arthritis pathology. So rheumatoid arthritis is a disease occurring mainly in the age group of between 30 to 60 years of age occurring mainly in the females. So but everyone is not getting the rheumatoid arthritis. So what are the agent gives an production of this disease? Let's look at that. Everyone is not getting rheumatoid arthritis. There are some people much are getting the rheumatoid arthritis even though they are between the age of 30 to 60 because of genetic factor and the other factors. So there in rheumatoid pathology they are having four stages. In the first stage is triggering stage. What are the triggering factors which contribute to the production of a rheumatoid arthritis? One is the genetic factor. Genetics means some of the gene pathology which will trigger a production of rheumatoid arthritis, mainly HLA-DR1, HLA-DR4, HLA-DR1 and HLA-DR4. HLA means human leukocytic antigen. So human leukocytic antigen production gene, that gene may be a causative factor for the disease. Okay, here if you are having a human leukocytic antigen production genes are there, then also there will not be a production of this disease. Once then some environmental factors are also contributing to production of this. So there will see having environmental factors also there. So the environmental factors mainly cigarette smoking. Here the smoke silica test or carbon derivative nanoparticles can trigger the mucosal toll like receptors that activate calcium mediated PAD and for the production of disease. So cigarette smoking also, let's look at the calcium activated PAD in the later. So the disease can be occur due to a cigarette smoking or the silica or the nanoparticle of silica material can be produced. That is an environmental factor along with the genetic matter. Other causes are bacteria. What are the bacteria? Prophyromonas gingivalis, pathogen A virus. These viruses are either in the gut or in the gums or gut. Gingivalis, Prophyromonas gingivalis is occurring in the gums, but pathogen A or other material occur in the guts. The gut bacteria and all the Epstein-Barr virus, that is also ABV. These pathogen act as an environmental factor for the production of rheumatoid arthritis along with our genetic factor. One more environmental factor is injury of synovial cell. Say for example you having injury like a fracture is there, or we having injury to the joint. So such time synovial injury may be occur. That time cytokine release will be the to inflammation of that synovial. So osteoarthritis is there, that called that time there will be synovial site or synovial cells will injury, cytokine release that will trigger along with the genetic factor makes an triggering for rheumatoid arthritis production. So the environmental factors and genetic factors will give a production of rheumatoid arthritis. How they do production of rheumatoid arthritis? Let's look at that one. It is nothing but already we told calcium dependent enzyme. One enzyme is that is known as PAD, nothing but peptidyl arginine deaminase. What is the name? Peptidyl. Peptine means amino acids. Arginine, it is also amino acid. Deaminase, it gives convert the arginine to another type of protein, citrulline. So it is known as citrullisation of a arginine to citrulline by this enzyme. This enzyme is calcium dependent. So it is a charged one. So arginine it has a charge, negative charge, but calcium C plus 2 gives 2 positive charge along with the PAD convert to citrulline, that is neutralized. So this is the main mechanism. Here the environment and genetic factor gives an more production of citrulline from by a PAD, promotion of PAD. So why there will be PAD production? By the environmental and genetic factor. So we want to look at the how the genetic and the environmental factor conversion of normal proteins to abnormal one. So before going to that one, we should know how there will be protein production. Normal protein production having some steps. What are the steps for protein productions? There will be DNA, then there will be RNA, then there will be proteins. So there will be here the pathology mainly occurring in some type of cells. Main types of cells are fibrin, vimentin. So these vimentin and fibrin mainly secreted from the liver. A protein pool. So normal protein pool, this vimentin and all having arginine in the polymer chain, but in this environment and genetic factor convert. That is the main problem for this disease, self protein citrullisation. So we'll look at the normal protein production. So here the DNA of a normal vimentin. So there will be black color DNA is there. We look at one part of DNA. So it is also black color. So it is a will be DNA. So DNA will be in the inside the nucleus. It is vimentin normal nucleus. So in the liver we want to secrete the DNA to one vimentin production. One vimentin production already we having vimentin cell production cells in the liver. We having nucleus. In the nucleus there will be DNA. So this DNA taken a carbon copy of that DNA, that is known as RNA. Carbon copy of DNA as RNA. Next to the RNA goes to the cytoplasm. How? From the nucleus. You can see the yellow color one is nucleus. DNA, you can see the DNA black color, and the RNA taken from the carbon copy of DNA to the cytoplasm. Next to this DNA, you can see that is known as translation. Translation mainly occur in cytoplasm, mainly in endoplasmic reticulum. So what there will be production of amino acids? How this carbon copy of DNA makes a carbon copy of polypeptidyl chain, amino acid chain. These amino acid chains are nothing but vimentin, already told. So there will be protein prosecute cell in the liver. We are having DNA. This DNA is normally present in the inside the nucleus. Copy will taken to RNA, and the RNA will translate to the some of the amino acids. So these amino acids normally present in our body. Look at the amino acids. You can see this amino acid will let's look at say blue color rounded one. So here you we are looking at the blue color. Red color one is amino acid chain, and let's look at one amino acid chain in blue color one. Next we is having this amino acid. Normally we having arginine at negatively charged protein present inside the one chain. Due to the presence of PAD, nothing but peptidyl arginine deaminase is a calcium dependent. You can see blue color PAD comes. So in that PAD, this arginine molecule or amino acid converted with the help of a calcium dependent PAD to an PAD means polypeptidyl arginine deaminase to citrulline. So that citrulline, you can see green color one ring to the another color citrulline. This citrulline conversion of the citrulline is an abnormal one. Citrulline will not be there in vimentin. Vimentin protein chain should having arginine only, but due to these environmental factors and the genetic factors, the arginine converted to the citrulline due to a PAD. Okay, so obviously this citrulline, you can see abnormal one. So what we do, our body thinks it is an antigen. That is a main problem. Here comes the problems. So that citrulline as an antigen. Let's look at the citrulline. It is a blue red color one. One red mark is the mark means we are thinking it is an antigen. So antigen presenting cells, antigen presenting cell takes the antigen. You see I just narrated like a binocular. In the binocular they are seeing the antigen presenting cells and seeing the antigens in the protein chain of vimentin. I am just narrated like that, so we can see every antigen presenting cells they are taking. Why they are taking? They want to make antibodies. So when our body want to take and make antibodies to this citrulline as present, why they want to make antibodies? They should not attach. This vimentin molecule is termed as an antigen. Then you should not attack any other cells, so that they should prevent for further attachment, and we should kill that antigen. That's the main target of our body. So antigen presenting cells takes this material to make antibodies. Here we having red color. It is an antigen, and antigen presenting cells are blue color. Antigen presenting cells take this some part of antigen, say small portion of antigen, and antigen presenting cells takes the antigen and the antigen to the our lymphatic system, where there will be lymphatic to make the our antibodies. So antibodies production, mainly the antibody lymphatic cells productions are said take place in the from first there will be production will be in the bone marrow, but proliferation and the other growing material will be take place in the lymphatic system. So it takes to the lymphatic tissue. This stage is known as maturation stage. So first there will be triggering stage. From here onwards, the stage convert to the maturation. So antigen and antigen presenting cell will go to the lymphoid tissue, and lymphoid tissue mainly it comes in the lymph nodes. There will be production of antibodies and other some helper cells are there. So both things will be done in lymph node. So there are basic of defense mechanism. There will be two type of immunity there: cell mediated immunity and humoral immunity. Cell mediated immunity means there will be cells, other cells, T cells are there, the productions are there, so that is cell mediated. Humoral immunity means it's like antibodies. Everyone in the course of a disease progress, this is gradually progression of this disease, because once antigen or centralized type of antigens are present, but it gives in so many years to make disease proper. Why it is like that? Our system, lymphoid tissue and bone marrow is our secondary defense mechanism. The development of immune response to endogenous self antigen, but it takes many years before the onset of the disease. So the self antigens will be present in the joints for many years without any development of the disease, because that should be some threshold are there. After that threshold, that much antigens are self antigens are there, then there will be production of other antibodies. So this is a clue, because when having these antigens we are taking as for a laboratory investigation, then we can predict that there will be some of the disease some of the complication can be occur later on. So here it is like ACPA, antigen centralized presenting agent. So that can last for several years before the onset of the joint symptoms. So then let's look at in the investigation part of the rheumatoid arthritis. Next is here look the antigen and antigen presenting cells are takes the to the lymph node, and in lymph node there will be production of yellow, you can see yellow color T helper cell, CD4 T helper cells, and this yellow color T CD4 helper cell, here yellow color means I pictured like a yellow color. So this CD4 yellow color communicate with the B cells, humoral immunity cells, and for the production of antibodies. So B cells will be produce antibodies, T cells also will be initiated. Okay, the B cells will produce antibodies. The antibodies in such a way that it should be fit to the antigen. Say when we are making a shield to a sword or a knife, it should be fit to that one, so that it will not be attack any other one. You look at the olden days, every kings and everyone having sword they will keep in some type of material like shield. That type of covering material in such a way that it will not harmful to himself. So that is a measurement, everything will be proper to that type of sword or knife. Likewise, in the antibodies, it should not attack our body in such a way that antibodies should cover antigen properly. Say for example, you look at the red color, here it is antigen and auto antibodies are blue color. Here there will be no one auto and antibodies are there will be many are will be there. So there will not be, they cover entirely the antigen, and the antigen cannot attach any other cells. They will be fully covered with an antibodies. So that is a main function for defense mechanism. After that, the production of T lymphocyte, that CD4 helper cell, and the antibodies, autoantibodies, are fit to the antigen. Both are go to the blood. You can see it goes to the blood. From here, the targeting stage. So from the blood and autoantibodies and the CD4 T helper cell reaches the joint. The joint, there will attack in different bone. Already we discussed what are the parts of a synovial joint. There will be fibrous capsule, there will be synovial membrane, then articular cartilage is there, then there will be bone or periosteum. They attack each one in particular mechanism. First they attack in the synovial membrane. How they attack that one? So CD4 helper cell and the autoantibodies, they having production of different types of interleukins. Interleukins mean in connecting between two leukins. They produce 3 or 4 interleukins in the body. So this will be trigger some of the other mechanism. So let what are the T cells secretion of interleukins? The interleukin 1 to 12, interleukin 2, interleukin 21, interleukin 17, and interleukin 22, and INF gamma material also secreted from the T cells. This is helping or the triggering agent, so that it will trigger the synovial membrane, it trigger the rank, it means it will be situated in the bone, it will trigger the chondrocyte of the cartilage, articular cartilage. So these are the main triggering or stimulation mechanism for the erosion of this material from the T lymphocytes. And also it gives a production of macrophage. So look at here what happens after reaching the reaching this joint. The T lymphocyte produce these type of interleukins 2, 12, and 21, 22, and GM, CSF, and INF. Next stage, it will produce macrophage. That is a type of phagocytosis macrophage. It also secrete interleukin 1, interleukin 6, TNF, tumor necrosing factor alpha, and other interleukins like not much important, like interleukin 23 and interleukin 18. So above 3 will also trigger these 3, the interleukins from the CD4 and in macrophage, both comes an action to different type of material in the joint. So here this is the targeting stage. From next stage is fulminant stage. Fulminant means this necrosing factor and interleukins will comes to an action stage. That stage and the deterioration of the joint, that is fulminant stage. So up to this secretion is known as targeting stage. So targeting stage, there will be macrophage production, T cells production, and there will be stimulation of fibroblast like synovial cell. Synovial cell will be stimulated, rank cells in the osteoclast will be stimulated, and in chondrocyte also will be stimulated in the cartilage. First, we will look the synovial cell stimulation from the above set interleukins from the macrophages and the CD4 helper cell. So there will be synovial cell. Already function we told synovial cell produce the lubricin and hyaluronic acid to lubricate the synovial membrane. So these synovial cells will be thick and swollen, and there will be with granulation tissue. So this will be hyperproliferation and hyperplasia of the synovial cell. So this hyperplasia, you can see a blue color thick one. So small thin layer was a hyperplasia is there, hyperproliferation will be there. Cells will differentiate different very quickly and will swollen very quickly. So that will make very thick synovial membrane. So this synovial membrane is main known as pannus. So this pannus is the main material you can see in when the pathology occur. So here the already we know that why symmetrically affected, because if you are having affecting in the one knee joint, obviously it will affect other knee joints. So why? Because the synovial cells will migrate each other. So the one symocyte stimulation occurred by the interleukin production from the CD4 helper cell and the macrophage, it will migrate to another one and the pathology will be occurs simultaneously. So symmetrical joints affection will be a classical clinical feature for a rheumatoid arthritis. So this thickened hyperplastic synovium is characterized by mixture of bone marrow derived macrophages and specialized FLS. Synovial cells maintain steady. So these hyperproliferated synovial cells will secrete inflammatory cytokines protease. Such matrix metalloproteinase MMP, matrix metalloproteinase, and inflammatory cytokine. This will be produced from this inflamed synovial cell. So they create a microenvironment to allow survival of T cells and B cells and the neutrophil accumulation. So this here the synovial cells are stimulated by the T cells and B cells. Further it gives an environment to the T and B cells, and also it start to accumulate neutrophil to here to produce further proteinase. This protein and cytokines will further. What is our mechanism to defense that? Defense that pathogen. Actually, pathogen is not there, but body thinks that is a pathogen to make more neutrophil, more T cells, more B cells to the particular site to prevent that. So this synovial here it will attack and it will stimulate to another same joint in another ipsilateral way, and to go to this there also it stimulate and it will secrete this type of cytokines and further deterioration of the material. Here look the fibroblast like synocytes produce protease and the cytokine. This will erode first they will looking the erosion of a cartilage. So cartilage is already chondrocyte. Chondrocyte erosion will be there, and that will erode the chondrocyted articular cartilage. You can see the blue one, it cover up to the cartilage, and cartilage will be completely or partially destroyed from the fibroblast synovial production of protease. So this protease and the cytokines from the synovial is the one, and also from the it attract the neutrophil from the bloodstream, and there will be further protease production will be there. So here that protease will also erode the articular cartilage. So this stage is fulminant stage, above also said. Here then we'll go to the bone erosion. You can see the blue one come to up to the bone area, periosteum. How bone already the production and the suppression of bone formation and resortation of a bone from two types of cells. Already we know that one, osteoclast and osteoblast. Osteoclast is the bone resortation or bone destruction cells. Osteoblast is bone forming cells. So here these cytokines and this type of tumor necrosis factor and interleukins will stimulate osteoclast formation. Osteoclast formation normally it started from some of the mechanism from the interleukins and TNL alpha, interleukin 1 and 6 will produce stimulate the rank means RANK, receptor activator. So this receptor activator is a receptor activator for a osteoclast differentiation. So osteoblast or stomal cell in the bone having one cell is a stem cell. From there will be either osteoclast or osteoblast will be formed. So these interleukins will stimulate rank. So this rank 1 for the production of osteoclast, not osteoblast. So for that EMCSF, macrophage colony stimulating factor, will stimulate this rank stimulation, and there will be osteoclast production. You can see here these are the osteoclast. You can see here there will be osteoclast having classically they having one osteoclast having mature osteoclast. The mature you can see the mature osteoclast will erode the area of joint bone. It is preventing further deterioration of the inflammation. That is our defense mechanism actually. But thing is that there is no pathology, there is no antigen present is not there, so there will not be such invasion of the foreign bodies are not. But auto antigen will say anti-stimulated vimetin. Vimetin is an against autoantibody that stimulated protein makes the osteoclast. So this ACPA, anti-stimulated protein antibodies, so that is binding to the osteoclast process, and there will be osteoclastogenesis and broad reabsorption, bone loss, and the reabsorption virtually creates a hole which usually found in the spot where the synovial membrane insert in the periosteum. You can see the synovial membrane, that area will be make a hole. You can see one hole is there, two holes will be there, which is known as bare area according to certain anatomical feature. Such chondro bone plays a vital role maintaining homeostasis of weight-bearing joint, and destruction of subchondral bone can eventually result in degradation of articular cartilage. So that you can find in the X-ray and all, there will be such clear-cut bone erosion will be there in the pathogenesis. After the bone erosion, there will be bruisas are there. Bruisas are the material which gives an cushion-like effect to the joint, and there will be tendon attached to the muscle. There here we can see muscle red color and the tendon in the gray color and the bruisa in the above one. So there will be different type of bruisas are in different places. Say for example in each or prepatellar, patellar and postpatellar bruisas are there, and the tendons are there, and the muscles are there. So what happened to them? So you can look next will be brucitis. Here there will be red color, then will be very dark red color itis, inflammation of the bruisa, or the muscle, the tendon there will be gray color, there will be itis of the inflammation of the tendon. Then muscle, normal muscle wasted, you can see the wasting will be thin muscle, will be very high muscle bulk was there will be thin wasted muscle, or the wasting of the muscle occurred in the rheumatoid arthritis pathology. Moving to next, what there will be angiogenesis. Angio means further, there will be, you can see in the area, you can bifurcate in two types. In right side, the area where there will be tendinitis, there will be muscle wasting, there will be brucitis or the synovositis, and the bone erosion, cartilage breakdown, everything occurred. That side there will be angiogenesis, new blood vessel coming, can red colored blue blood vessels coming, and that angiogenesis is further stimulation of synovial further stimulation, and it will give more and more CD4 T helper cell and the autoantibodies. So here this makes further pathology occurred in our body. Okay, these are though there will be 4 stages are there. First stage, triggering stage, and then we having another stages for like maturation stage. Then maturation stage, there will be maturation of the autoantibodies in the lymph node, and there will be targeting in the cell in the joints. There will be targeted, and there will be some production of the interleukins and all. Then fulminant stage, there will be destruction of the first there will be synovial cells destruction, synovial membrane, and then be cartilage destruction, then will be bone destruction, then there will be angiogenesis. So these are the fulminant stages. So 4 stages occurred in the pathogenesis of a rheumatoid arthritis. We can look the investigation further. In the investigation, we can see there will be autoantibodies that we can look. Autoantibodies means anti-stimulated protein antibodies, anti-stimulated ACPA that are present, and there will be presence of interleukins, there will be production of macrophages, then fibroblasts like synocytes, and there will be production of neutrophil, there will be protease. These are there in our pathology. The investigation also goes in such a way that you can find how much time getting the disease, what are the main areas covered, where are they affected, that we can look in further investigation part. That video will be uploaded later on. So now I think you understood the main mechanism for the rheumatoid arthritis pathology.